good reminder. Okay, it is currently like 9 o'clock. I thought I'd take you along on an evening with me. It's a typical evening routine as a third year preparing for final preclinical exams. It is currently Sunday. I start writing on Thursday. I have an OSCE on Thursday. I write Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, which is absolutely so insane. So yeah, I'm having to do all the prep now beforehand. So it's currently 4 o'clock, so I'm kind of starting now because I'm going to do my last like afternoon study session, and then I'm going to run, and then that's kind of where the evening starts. So I'm currently working on one of my cases. I've just covered an image for graphic reasons, but I've been doing my notes this year on Notion, and it has been absolutely amazing. They have so many features I have been utilizing, and it's been amazing and revolutionary to my studying. So if you guys would like another video on like how I study and stuff like that, I can definitely do one. Also sorry for my glasses are like doing some weird number, but yeah, I can definitely film one. I have been using Notion, it's been amazing. So I'm currently going to go through the cases that we've been doing most recently, because I'm just wanting to touch up on a few things. So for the next like hour and a half, 2 hours, I'm going to be finishing up this case because that's kind of what I've set my schedule to. So I'm going to be working on a few lectures that I didn't kind of go over properly for my last test, to cover those gaps, and then we'll go from there. This case is on trauma and tumors, so interesting stuff, but it is definitely a bit tricky. So I'm trying to kind of bridge those gaps over past papers and things like that in a few days. What my schedule is looking like, so it's pretty crazy and full on. I'm kind of blocked out my days literally every single day, every hour of the day. I'm trying to do this to just keep on top of things, but honestly it's been a bit tricky, and it's really comes down to prioritizing time and like filling in gaps and things like that, because there is just no time and there's just such an insane amount of content that I need to get through. So yeah, luckily have been doing this for a while, so I've kind of learnt ways to go about things and the best ways to prioritize and get through things. So at this point I know that I can do it, I just have to do it. That's what I'm telling myself. It's literally 2 weeks and then I'm done pre-clinicals, which is pretty insane. So hush mouth and get studying because I really need to. So that is the worst. I just tried the answer to one of the questions I struggled on in the last test a few weeks ago. It was a question on fractures and what part of the orbit is most likely to be prone to fracture, and I said the floor because I could have sworn they said that in the lecture. And I was like, okay, great, I got this. Couldn't remember it in the moment, but I used the notes that I remembered from the lecture, and I could have sworn they said something about the floor. And now I'm reading in my lecture slides, and now I'm seeing the lecture slides. I love those realizations. Talk about going over things for the second time, but it's okay. At least I know now, and I won't forget it. So, a few main goals for this exam period, and I really recommend doing it if you are also in a very hectic period at the moment. The main one is keeping a positive mindset, because I think that is such a big one for me, and yeah, that really influences how my tests go, and I've seen it from my previous tests. Sorry if I'm turning my head, it's because of the angle of the light. But yeah, I've definitely seen a huge impact on my test results depending on my mindset before writing, and so my biggest goal is keeping that positive mindset throughout. Doesn't matter how the outcome of the test, it's just knowing that I kept a positive mindset, encouraging myself and doing all of those proper self-talk things. And what is the last thing? Oh, just making sure that when I am studying, it's really present and focused studying, because a lot of times I will read information and I'll sometimes just sit there and think I've taken it in, but I really haven't. And so my goal is to really make sure with everything that I am reading or going over again, I'm really focused and I am consciously studying, if that makes it. Consciously taking it in, consciously like acknowledging the words that I'm reading. So yeah, those are my biggest goals, and I'd recommend you make goals too, because yeah, it's a good reminder and it can help you get through these times. I've just come back from a run. I did 3Ks. Well, I tried to make up the last few because I realized I was like back home and I hadn't done 3Ks. Like I just missed it. I think it was about, was it like 5.4-ish speed. But yeah, so I'm gonna go shower. Oh, but I feel good that I did like push it a little. For me, that's kind of pushing it, ignore my iPad screen. But yeah, I'm just gonna cool down for a little bit. Then I'm gonna hop in the shower, eat dinner, and then get straight back to working. Only 7 p.m. I have not spoken to you guys in a while, but I spoke to you when I came back from a run. I had a shower, also had dinner, and now I'm just kind of getting back into it. Trying to finish up this case. I've got one lecture left that I'm kind of like halfway through, so almost getting that lecture done and just revising all of that, and then I'm going to move on to ASCII prep for Thursday. I like to kind of leave my evenings for ASCII prep because it's not the like content heavy kind of like really brain stimulating stuff, so I can kind of leave what's easier to do at the end of the day, if that makes sense. But I'm about to make myself some hot chocolate because it's a little chilly outside, and then yeah, I'm gonna slowly wind down for the quarter to 8. I am now starting my rounds of ASCIIs. So I'm working on fan made. I've done a bit of clin skills today, but I'm going to focus on fan made and clinical skills. And yeah. Okay, I forgot one thing. I'm gonna go fill my kettle up quick. It's like 10 to 9. And I want to make myself a hot water bottle, so we're gonna go do that. Okay, it is currently like basically my evening. I don't really do much now. I just sit, I watch something, chat to people, catch up with people, and yeah, so comment a coffee emoji if you've gotten this far. I always say, if you believe you can do it. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye!